Hey guys, welcome to Project Melon Music's YouTube channel with your hosts Ell and Basjan. So welcome Basjan.
Hey, how's it going there?
Yeah, it's been a busy day. It's been a busy day. So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it in a little bit. But yeah, it's been a busy day. But yeah, can you believe it? We've made it to 1 full year of actually doing the stream, podcast. We're at number 52.
Yes,
So
number 52. That's
yeah,
awesome.
can you
But
believe that number 52? Yeah,
yeah,
technically
we've
we
made,
technically this should have been 55, but it's we're at 52.
mm,
But yeah,
yeah, no,
so
we've made
yeah,
it.
yeah,
We've made it, and it's been a lot of fun. Actually enjoyed it. So
yeah. Same here. Same here. It's like we're talking about bands and music and what gigs are coming up and stuff like that, and what influence or that type of thing. And it's just like that. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's been brilliant. But first, so I like to say hello, John. Hello, Tony. How you doing there, guys? How you doing?
and
Yeah,
John and Tony.
yeah. If you got any questions or anything like that, guys, just post away, chat away because we don't bite. We don't bite. As long as you. So yeah, if like a little bit of a grift here. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, share, comment on all that good jazz because basically it does help the channel out. It literally does help the channel out. And we are basically, last time I checked earlier on today, yeah, we are literally 53 away from 500 subscribers.
Oh yes, that's awesome.
We are
That's awesome.
50 away from 300 subscribers.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, yeah. If you like I said, if you share, comment, all that good jazz, it does help the channel out. So get your family, your friends, your dog, your cat, your goldfish, get your pet kimono dragon or your pet tarantula. Get them subscribed. It does
Oh
help.
yes.
Let's get us to 500 subscribers. It's it's good because we have got a few plans in the works, and we can't get those plans sort of like implemented without your help. Literally, it's we've got a few plans in the works. So yeah, that's how drift done for now. We'll probably do one later on. So yeah. So Bastion, what
Yes.
goodies have you got for us? What goodies have you got for us this week?
Oh yes, I've got a few different types of music and bands today. I'm going to start off with a band called High Regard. It's an energetic pop rock band from Hertfordshire in Sussex. And the first track I listened to, Dead to Me, featuring Charlie Rolfe, it's a great song. Worth It is a super cool song. The track Falter must be played loud. It's a fantastic song. The latter is a great song. The band is super cool and they can be found on Instagram, I Regard Pop, Facebook I Regard Pop, Twitter I Regard Pop, and X rather, YouTube Dreambound Music. And there's some great stuff on Dreambound Music. My next band is What Lies Below. is a core band with progressive feel from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The first track I listened to, Misguided Light, is awesome. Lunar Haze is a killer song. The track Vegetate takes you on a metal journey. Erased is awesome. The band really kicks butt. They can be found on Facebook, What Lies Below, PA, Pennsylvania, Instagram, WLBPA, on X, What Lies Below, PA, Linktree, it's link.tr.ee/WLBPA, and on YouTube, What Lies Below, and Space Untravel. Then I've got a band called Rabbit Junk. It's an industrial metal, future rock, and digital hardcore duo. JP Anderson and his wife Jennifer, some girl. That's how you spell her name. The first track I listened to, Fight Me Erebus, is a perfect song and video. Dinosaur kicks ass. The track Love is Hell is out of this world. Relentless is such a good song. The band is awesome. They can be found on Facebook, Rabbit Junk Official, Instagram Rabbit Junk, X Rabbit Junk, YouTube Rabbit Junk, and Space Untravel. Have you heard of the band Rabbit Junk before, Al?
I believe so. I believe so. I think I played them before. I think. I have heard of the band before. I'm just checking now if I've got some stuff there. Yeah. Where is it? Rabbit Junk. No, I don't. I do know the band, but I haven't got any of their stuff.
Okay,
So,
I'll see what I've got and I'll send it over. Then I found a band called War Effort, a melodic hardcore band from New Haven, Connecticut. The first track I listened to, Litany of a Ghost, is amazing. Solstice is a killer song. Track Empathy is awesome. Good Book is amazing. Play the band loud for the neighbors. They can be found on War Effort Band Facebook, Instagram War Effort, YouTube War Effort, and Dreambound Music. Then I've got a band called City State. It's a metalcore band from Grand Rapids, Michigan. The first track I listened to, Rift, will blow you away. Crooked walls will knock you out of your socks. Heaven is such a great song. The track Into the Night takes you on a metal journey. The band is awesome. They can be found on Instagram, City_State Official, Facebook, City State, X, City State Band, and YouTube, Famine Records. Then I've got a band called Silver Court. It's a progressive metalcore band from Dallas, Texas. The first track I listened to, Umbriel, is such a cool song. Never Sun, play it loud. The track is simply amazing. The track Fading Forum is out of this world. Glass Dream is a kick-ass song. The band deliver on every song. The band can be found on Facebook, Silver Court Band, Instagram Silver Court TX for Texas, and on YouTube Famine Records. Then our next band is Blue Eyed Giants. Blue Eyed Giants are a London and Brighton alternative rock band. They are from the UK. The first track I listened to, Fade Away, is brilliant. Radio Silence is a kick-ass song. The track Bittersweet is such a great song. 97 Will Rock You. The band deliver on every song. The band can be found on Facebook, Be Giants. Band's website, blueeyegiants.com. Blue Eyed Giants. On YouTube, Famine Records. Then I've got a band called Save Our Souls. Our Souls Evolve. Where's my glasses today? It's a hard rock metalcore band from Montreal, Canada. The first track I listened to, For J Dans La Tour, is a killer song. Invisible Sickness is a powerful song. Self is a brilliant song. The track Consciousness is such a great song. I do like the band. They can be found on Facebook, Our Souls Evolve, Instagram, Our Souls Evolve, and YouTube, Famine Records. My next band is Dominium. It's a groove metal band from the Ukraine. The first track I listened to, Endless River, featuring Angelique Ziza, is a killer song. Havoc is such a great song. The track Empowered Will Blow You Away. Survive is a kick-ass song. The band is amazing. They are found on YouTube, Dominium. Now, unfortunately, that's the only place you'll find them. They haven't got links on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any other social media sites for now. Then I've got a band called Justice Fury. It's a thrash metal band from Jyväskylä, Finland. The first track I listened to, Fireborn, is brilliant. Abandoned is a killer song. Unbroken will knock you out of your socks. The track Fight Till You Die is super cool. The band will blow you away. The band can be found on Facebook, Justice Fury Band, YouTube, Inverse Records, Finland, Instagram, Justice Fury Band. And the next band is luckily enough to have the same name as one of the best games on, it was out the last 2 years on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, Forever May Fall. It's a 4-piece rock band from Charlotte, North Carolina, founded in 2017. The first track I listened to, Who Are You, is such a great song. Afterglow featuring Bradley Scott is out of this world. The track Out on Me, Take It Out on Me, is a super cool song. 1050 is awesome. I do like the band. They can be found on Facebook, Forever May Fall, Instagram, Forever May Fall, and YouTube, Forever May Fall. Then my last band for tonight is Stadtland Fluss. It's a rock metal band from Germany. The first track I listened to, Parallel, Play It Loud. Polaroid is a killer song. The track Molotov is super cool. Nachthaus is awesome. The band deliver on every song. They can be found on Instagram, Stadtland Fluss, band's website, stadtlandflussband.de, in YouTube, Stadtland Fluss. Now for my gigs for today, and I've got quite a few gigs. I'm starting with my gigs. First one is Suburban Twice. 1st of September at Bandlands Festival, The Drill, Lincoln. And the 9th of September, D.H. Lawrence Musical Festival at Freetons. And that's at Eastwood, if you're wondering. 11th of October, Southside, St. Catherine's, also in Lincoln. 21st of October, Victoria East, Victoria Street, Boole, and the 18th of November, they had the Vicks in Midlands Place, Derby, and the 7th of December, Docks Academy, Grimsby. Then the 16th of December, the Christmas Bash at Sumac Centre in Nottingham. Machine Killer North American Tour with Static X and Seven Dust, October the 16th, Houston, Texas. October the 7th, Dallas, Texas. October the 8th, Little Rock, Arizona. October the 10th, they at Atlanta, Georgia. October 11th, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The 13th, Greensboro, North Carolina. October the 14th, Silver Springs, Maryland. The 15th, they at Lancaster, Pennsylvania. October the 17th, Detroit, Michigan. The 18th, Fort Wayne, Indiana. The 19th, Gary, Indiana. The 20th, Clive, Indiana. The 22nd of October, Chesterfield, Missouri. The 23rd, Kansas City, Missouri. The 24th, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The 25th of October, Denver, Colorado. The 27th, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And the 26th, El Paso, Texas. The 30th, Phoenix, Arizona. And the 31st, Anaheim, California. And then on November the 1st, they're in Los Angeles, California. Then a band called South of Salem, the Shanghai Supernova Tour. First day, the 26th of October, London at the Black Heart. 27th, that's a Friday, Turnbridge Wells Forum. And the Sunday, the 29th, Bristol at the Exchange. Monday, the 30th, Glasgow at the Attic. The 31st, they at Newcastle at the Think Tank. Wednesday, the 1st of November, at Milton Keynes. That's at Crawford Arms. Thursday, the 2nd, they at Manchester Rebellion. Friday, the 3rd, they at KK Steel Mill in Wolverhampton. Saturday, the 4th, Inverness at the Monster Fest. And then Imperial Age Lost World Unleashed Tour 2023, September the 9th, Ljubljana, Slovenia, at the Metal Witch Open Air Fest. The 17th, at Paris, France, Le Boule Noir. The 18th September, Lyon, France, Rock and Eat. September 28th, Valheim, and that's in Germany at Café Central. And the 29th of September, Oberhausen, Germany at Killerfest. 1st of October, Munich, Germany, Backstage. The 5th of October, Praten, Switzerland at Z7. It's the 6th of October, Sittard, it's in the Netherlands, at Volt. Tiernissen, also in the Netherlands, The Pit. 18th of October, Northampton, UK, Black Prince. Birmingham, UK, Asylum. 22nd, Glasgow, UK, at Ivory Blacks. The 25th of October, Sheffield, UK at Corporation. 26th, Manchester, UK, and at Rebellion. The 28th, London, UK at the Dome. Then I've got Icon Fire, the Emo Dreams Tour with the Funeral Portrait. That's September the 13th, 2023 at Radio Room, Greensville. That's in South Carolina. In Ada, Ghostbait, Cell and Cloak, Friday September the 8th, the Goodwill Social Club. She Must Burn and Veiled, the 25th of October at Plymouth, the Junction, and YouTube. These are the places' names. I'm not making this up. 26th of October, Manchester, Satan's Hollow. The 27th of Birmingham, Devil's Dog. The 28th, Bridgewater, Cobblestones. And the 29th, London, The Grace. Then Sepsis Swarmfest with Simple Complex, Carpathian, Trading Tombstones, After Winter, November the 4th, at Jewel Music Venue, 61 Central Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. And then Lincoln Park Days Festival in Michigan, 8th of September, and one of the bands that will be there, Pump 5. Then we get to Rebel Troubadour at Springbank Tavern in Hull, October the 28th. And then Stratus Latin American Tour, 30th of August, Santiago, Chile. 31st of August, Valparaiso, Chile. 1st of September, Vancouver, Chile. September the 2nd, Conception, Chile. And September the 9th, Buenos Aires with Sinister. And that's one band I would like to see live, Stratus. And then Stereo Wonderland Festival. Bands include Corn Claymorian, Dragon Claws, October the 12th, 2023. Then Ancient Settlers Rock Club. At the Rock Club, September the 1st, the Cave Amsterdam. It starts at 9 o'clock and the price is only €8 to get in. Then Lesbian Deathbed. 1st of September, Newcastle, The Rigger. 12th of September, Newcastle Upon Time, Trillions. The 13th of September, Glasgow, Ivory Blacks. 14th, Edinburgh, Bannerams. Then 15th, Aberdeen, Creteau. And 16 Inverness in the Tooth and Claw. And let me go to my next page. 17th, Carlisle, the Source Collective. 19th, Bristol, the Crafter, Rights. 20th, Brighton, the Prince Albert. 21st, Norwich, the Brick Masters. The 22nd, Southampton, the Hobbit. The 23rd, Wakefield, Vortex. The 10th of October, Manchester Rebellion. 27th, Crumlin, the Patriot. The 28th, Stoke-on-Trent, Julie's. And in the Blue Ridge Rock Festival, September the 7th to the 10th, Virginia International Raceway. Bands that will be on there, Pantera, Shinedown, Evanescence, Punch, Flyleaf, Cold Chamber, Lamb of God, Stitch Apart, The Ghost Inside, Ginger, Armor Dawn, Eva Under Fire, and more. And August the 31st till the September the 3rd, Rocklahoma, LA Guns, Voodoo Moonshine, Blackstone Cherry, Skid Row, Bush, Fury of a Dead Man, The Who, plus Ginger, Pantera, Rob Zombie, Mammoth, WVH, and many more. The 14th of October, at the Pump in Jackson, Tennessee, featuring Casket Robbery, Bloodstained Dusk, Raven Black, Summoner's Circle, Red Mountain and more. And 11th of November at the Riley's Silk Spinster, Parallel States in Pinnet Larry. 25th of November, Nosferatu and Incubus Succubus at the Boston Music Room. And then Ginger Monuments Until I Wake North American Tour, September the 3rd, Pryor, Oklahoma, Huntsville, the 7th, 8th of September, Myrtle Beach, and then Bar 55 at Fairgate, always playing indie music, so if you've got nothing to do, go and pop in there and see what's on. Then Heaven and Hell Festival 24 on the 27th and 28th of April 2024 at the Bridge Inn, Hive, Rotterdam. Raider, Blitz and Deep Shade will be there. And Saturday, September the 23rd, Sponge with Corners of Sanctuary at 500 Plaza Drive in Denver. Then 21st of September, Silver Rex as Vengeance Fall at Camden. And the 3rd of December, Hats of Gentlemen, It's Adequate at Park Forest, the Fiddlers in Albion. And that's my bit for this week, El. Quite a bit.
Cool. Yeah. Some of the bands that you mentioned there, I've actually seen some of them live, such as like Cold Chamber and Incubus Succubus, Rebel Troubadour and Suburban Toys and stuff like that. It's all brilliant bands. So go check them out.
Oh, yes. Awesome bands.
Yeah. So, a little bit of an update. Yesterday, if you were waiting around to see the interview that I did, the interview that I was going to do with Awake the Demons, unfortunately, we had to reschedule for the following week, which is next, the September 3rd. Because they had something cropped up they had to do because they've got on tour. They're doing a tour, so going to be following. It's been rescheduled for September 3rd at 7 p.m. UK time. So stay tuned for that. I've got an interview come through over the weekend. With the band Lucifer. Going to be that's on the 8th of September, which is not this Friday but next. So I'm really looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. And speaking of Rebel Troubadour, in Basjan's little segment there, next Monday. I will have, we will have Robert Townsend of the band Rebel Troubadour actually on the podcast, talking about what they have been up to and what they're going to be doing over the next couple of months. So that's going to be absolutely amazing. So, and it'll be good to talk to Robert again. Because I have not only seen them live, I've actually also interviewed them as well. So if you go into the playlist for an interview with the playlist, you'll see the interview with Robert. So yeah, and stay tuned. Sometime in September, I will be getting Lenny, for the bassist from Burdens Within, back on again to do a tech talk. So yeah,
that's awesome.
So stay tuned for that. Yeah, we just got to sort out a few details to when, basically what time, date, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's coming up on the channel. Right. For those people who tune into the radio show, Project Metal Across the Pond. It won't be on this week. I won't be doing a live show because I'm away for a couple of days, so there won't be any live shows. There is going to be a replay of the show this Thursday. So yeah, right. So right, and that's what's coming up on the that's what's coming up on the channel and on the radio show. So right, for those people who been following the my exploits, going to car shows and everything like that. Now, Basjan came up with a brilliant idea last week. Right, when obviously we've got like diverse age range here, going from basically eating upwards. Now, for the people who drive cars, buses, trucks, whatever it is. Now, what was your very first car, and what device did you have in your car that you played music on? Now, Basjan reminded me. I completely forgot. I completely forgot about this until Basjan mentioned it. A record player actually in the car to actually play music. Actual record player. I was like thinking, I completely forgot about that. So, people in the chat, what was your first car and your first sound system? Was it a record player? Was it an 8-track? Was it a tape deck? Was it a radio? Was it just radio? Was it a CD player? Going to for the younger generation, for the people who are just learning to drive, who are 18 plus, is it an MP3? Is it like a DAB radio, Bluetooth? What is it? So let us know in the chat there. What was your first car, and what device were you listening to listen to music? Now I can vaguely remember the 8-tracks from the 70s, because I was born in the 70s. I can basically. I remember listening to the radio, and I vaguely remember the 8-track. But as I go all through the 80s, I remember the radio tape deck. Then going into the late 80s, CD player, and then obviously now DAB radio and Bluetooth. In the stuff there. Now, Tony has said he had a record player, and it was Buddy Holly.
Wow.
And it was a record player. John said record player. Record player.
They're about our ages.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, we did get a record player in a car. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. When like I said, Basjan, when the stream ended last week, and we're sort of like discussing some stuff behind the scenes. When you mentioned that, I was like, damn, I forgot about that. I literally forgot about it.
No, yes, we thought we were cool. And
Yeah,
I actually wish they would bring those back. I know the cars are getting smaller and stuff like that, but find a way to actually put it, because if you go to a lake or something, yes, you want to listen to nature, but there's nothing better if you're living in the USA or Norway uh, to actually scare the bears away. Get something
yeah,
with a bear noise, make bigger noise than the bear.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, yeah. I can remember seeing these documentaries from the 1950s and 60s where where people, like, actually even going back further, but when like motoring was sort of like really took off back in the 1930s, yeah, not 1930s, but 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Like
mhm.
1940s was a complete mess. But like the 1920s and 30s, and then going into like the 1950s and 60s, where people used to go out and drive out, have a drive,
Mhm.
and take
Yes.
either the gramophone or the record player, because
Mhm.
especially the record player back in the 1950s and 60s, with the technological advances in like shrinking a big massive gramophone down to a more manageable portable size in the cars
Oh
and everything.
yes.
And
Oh yes.
yeah,
I think
so
nothing is nicer if you go for a picnic, have some nice music, especially if you're on a date or something. Nice music, uh, quiet time, and enjoy the day out. And especially you take your favorite music and just have a fun time. But now I'm gonna. I remember getting a pair of albums from my dad, and he loved to take them out in his car. Also had a record player on. It is the 1971 test between the Springboks and the All Blacks were actually on record out. An album, two uh, 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 albums, and you can actually play it on a record player and listen to it like you listen to it on the radio. It was actually out, and back then you can buy. I don't know in the UK if you could ever buy, say, Manchester or the rugby in the UK or sports events on an album out there. But yes, there was sports item also out on record, not just music.
yeah, 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 you can. I can also remember like the Monty Python albums. Do you know
Oh
when they
yes,
used to do the live shows? They put the live shows on either
oh
the
yes,
live shows or the films or sketches actually on record
yes,
as well. I can remember I remember listening to them. Same
oh
with like
yes,
other like Cheech and Chong. I
oh
don't know if you
yes,
remember them. Um,
yes.
yeah, so yeah, I remember stuff. I remember listening to stuff like that on the record back in the late 70s, early 80s.
So the kids now, if they're going to watch the podcast later, they're going to wonder, what are these two guys talking about? A
We're talking
football
about the
match
record
or
players.
are they going
Yeah,
yes, the good old days.
yeah. This is what we used to do back in the day. This is what we used to do back in the day. So yeah,
Oh
yes,
yes.
yeah, fun times indeed.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like it's the this is sort of like progression of the recorded sound whether it be
Yes.
on a wax cylinder. With the very first wax cylinder was actually, I think it was Edison. I think it was Edison.
Yes.
I believe it was Edison. But I
Us. Me
really,
too. I also.
yeah. So yeah, going all the way up now with basically with your mobile phone. You can
Yes.
basically you can access recorded sound on here.
Yes. Oh yes.
So yeah, it's especially over the last how long now? You're talking around about what 1880s, 1890s, something like that. So you're talking at least 120,
Mm.
130 years of recorded sound, and
Oh yes.
it's very interesting, very interesting.
It is. Oh yes, it is. That's fantastic. I'm glad
Yeah,
some of the other people also experienced the record player in a car. Those were the days of cars when you accidentally bumped a decent sized tree. The car didn't look too bad. Now with these cars today, if you bump a tree, oh boy, you crying.
yeah. Oh, coach, basically any little tap, the airbags go off, the front end or the side or the back end crumples in, which I know it's the crumple zones and stuff like that. It's just like I know it's the cars now they're a hell of a lot safer now, hell of a lot safer now. What they
Yes, they
were
are safe.
back in the day, back in the day. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for
So
sure.
yeah, so guys in the chat there, John, Tony, just you don't have to answer. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. I'm not going to force you.
Mhm.
What was your What was your first ever um, um, band that you actually listened to, or singer, musician, whatever? What was your first ever uh, musician band, whatever, that you actually liked? Was it Buddy Holly? Was it the Rolling Stones, or was it the Who, or was it Black Sabbath, or whoever it was? Who was your first ever band that he says, you know what? I like it. I like this music. I like what this musician is doing. So, Passion,
Hmm.
what was your first band or musician that you said, like, okay, I like this band?
Hmm. Interesting questions. The Stones were good. Cream were good. Uh, what was it? Okay, my memory isn't so great, but that first they classified the heavy metal band. They had it La Vida, I can't remember the band's name. It was the
Was
first
it?
band they ever, yeah. They made their videos black and white on YouTube, but now and again go back to them, and that's my first one that I actually listened to and enjoyed.
Was it
Uh,
the Kings?
no, I'll tell you now. Let me Google it
Yeah,
quickly, then I'll tell you. Because unfortunately, as you get older, your memory also gets not
yeah,
the greatest.
yeah. I know that feeling. Even though I'm 50, but I know that feeling.
uh, uh, uh,
Yeah. Well, Bastion does that. I would say my first band or musician that I pretty much listened to, that I've found this is very interesting. This is cool. Was
Mm-hmm.
around about the same time, pretty much the same year, really. And actually, yeah, no, yeah, it was Tubeway Army when they released Cars. This is when Tubeway Army was called. This is before Gary Newman and the Tubeway Army
Mm-hmm.
came about. This was like Tubeway Army. Um, and at the same time, this was back in 1979. Um, when I seen Cars actually fit on the
Mm-hmm.
telly, on the TV, and when they performed on Top of the Pops or played the video to Cars, I was mesmerised by Gary Newman. Literally,
Oh
I was
yes.
mesmerised by him. I was like, "Who's this? What's this? What's this all about?" I was 6 years old at the time. I was like, What's this?" And I enjoyed it. Now don't forget when back in the mid to late 70s, punk was the rage, and that was like that's all I could remember. Like back in the mid to late 70s, was like seeing all these punks floating around, like being about, and with all the mohawks and stuff like that, and all the safety pins and bondage gear and everything. I was like, when I first saw Gary Newman, he was something new, something different. You know what I mean? And then yeah, I was mesmerised by him. And then with like in the same year, Pink Floyd came out with
Okay.
another Brick in the Wall Part Two, and I was like going from like when I saw the video to the song, I was like going from live action. Oops,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's back. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I saw like when I saw the video to another Brick in the Wall Part Two, I was like going from like sort of like live action over to animation, and there's like combination of the two. And then when I
Mm-hmm.
first heard the kids sort of like coming in with with the chorus and stuff like that, we're like, we don't need no education and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is cool. But it was actually when I was sort of like more when I got older, it was more of a sort of like political song type of thing. Because don't forget, back in 1979, Margaret Thatcher got in power with the
Oh, yes.
Conservative Party as the Prime Minister. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like, it's sort of like a political song. It says we don't need no education, we don't need no self. So
Oh
obviously, you know the song, um,
yes.
and I totally loved it. But I didn't know at the time.
Oh.
I didn't know what it was about. It's just as like like I said,
Mm-hmm.
when I saw the kids coming out of the houses and doing the song, singing and stuff like that. Then with the animation of like the hammers and the giant the
Yes.
puppet, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like. Like again with Gary Newman and the Tubeway Army, I was transfixed. I was like,
Me
"What's
too.
this? What's this?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Tony said Buddy Holly was the first musician that he was like, this guy is pretty cool. And then John has said the Beach Boys, two good,
Oh,
two good people there. Like they're really good musicians, really good musicians.
I found my band. It's Iron Butterfly in Gada da Vita.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just couldn't think of the. I just couldn't think of the name there. I was like, hang on. Yeah, yeah, Iron Butterfly, another good band. Really, really good band.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, here's another question for you. What is your doesn't matter doesn't matter what genre it is or whatever or what time period
Hmm.
it could be there. It could God, it could be from say the 1920s or the 1930s. It could be like from today. What is your favourite? I wouldn't say favourite, but what is your um, musician, artist, or whatever that you are interested in, and you're thinking this is this is pretty cool type of thing. So for
Hmm.
me, I start off first. Now I've listened to a lot of music over the years, and I mean literally a lot of music over the years. Now
Hmm.
I've sort of like because I did like a little bit of research on rock and metal and where it came from
Hmm.
when it first started, and it was like round about it's traces back to round about the turn of the 20th century, round about 1910, about 1905, 1910, round about that period, with the blues and the jazz musicians back in the day. Now, I sort of like quite like sort of like Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday, and people like
Yeah.
that. I was like wondering,
Mm.
outside of like sort of like rock and metal as we know today,
Hmm.
what is your favorite? What is your like genre of music or musician that you particularly like?
Outside metal and rock and stuff like that, I must say that British guy that was on UK's Got Talent, Paul Potts. I
Yeah,
I watched him, and when he started singing, I thought, no, where are they hiding the tape decks or the record or what, the CD of Pavarotti or one of those guys? I couldn't believe it. It was him. And when he won the final there, I thought this guy is pretty good. I might be a metalhead, but when I see talent, I I do recognize it. And for me, Paul Potts uh, is brilliant. For me,
yeah,
if you get a chance to see the guy, people that want to get a bit of opera, that's the one. My dad loved Mario Lanza. He's good. Uh, so I've got a bit of classic in me. That's why I like symphonic metal and stuff like that, or
yes, yeah,
opera metal, because it flows into that. But that's that for me, and yes, I do like that. And uh, bands like Linkin Park and that's. Okay, put it almost rap, rock mixture. I like that kind of mixture. But I'm going to tell something. I'm probably going to get kicked off the show for mentioning this. I'm a huge Weird Al Yankovic fan. I like his parody songs.
I do as well. When I first saw him back in, I think it was 82, 83, or 84, so around about that time, when he did Beat It, Eat It.
Eat it, yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's funny as hell. He's funny as hell with the way he does it, the way he comes up with some of this parodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amish, Paradise, Like a Surgeon, I'm Fat, and what was the Metallica song he did a parody of with Napster? The
Yeah.
Napsters.
And the Nirvana song, the Smells Like Teen Spirit one.
Yes.
Nirvana. That was funny because the thing is, when they did the video to that song, they got the actual janitor in, and
Yes.
I know the actual janitor, and if you because I know you've seen Twisted Sister back in the day. Do you know that do you know the guy who actually was in the videos of I Wanna Rock he makes an appearance in the video in the bleachers.
Yes. Wow.
So,
but probably for those Canadians, I don't want to offend you, everybody in Canada, but one of my favorite Weird Al Yankovic songs is I Don't Want to Be a Canadian Idiot.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that song. I love that. I don't. It's obviously it's a parody of Green Day's American Idiot.
Yeah, and they made it. But for me, the greatest parody song was done by one of those guys, Cheech and Chong, Bruce Springsteen, born in the USA.
Yeah.
And he made a song, Born in some part of LA. And you gotta love it. What's that? Billy Fulton plays a Mexican in the video. And he comes out of the thing in immigration stops there in the video. And when he says ID cards, he just puts his hands up, Billy Fulton in the air like this, take me away. And the immigration guy asks this Cheech guy, who's the president of the United States? He said, that's easy. It's that cowboy guy. Which was Ronald Reagan back then. And he said, no, man, that's that cowboy guy, Roy Rogers. So they took him and dropped him off of Mexico. I love that parody music video. Born in the USA. But that's the thing about music. When you listen to it, it's got to make you feel good. And if I see a song, doesn't matter what genre it is, I'll actually listen to it. There's a few artists I won't listen to. I won't mention them on here. But I think you also got a few and others that we don't want to listen to.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's been a couple of. I'm not mentioning the band's names. It's just like the genres. I was just mentioning the genres. Back in the day when
Mm,
hip hop and rap first came about, they were decent.
mm,
But in the last couple of decades, I was just like, I cannot listen to it no more. I cannot listen to it. Literally cannot listen to it. It's because of the topics what they sing about, what they do, what they cover. And I just cannot listen to it.
mm. Oh yes. No, I agree with you. And unfortunately, when I say youngsters, it's very young. That's might be 8, 9 years old, 10 years old, listening to music on the radio and stuff. They're listening to that, and that should be age restriction. But some of the topics are not for that young age. It should be
Yeah,
age restricted, and I shouldn't put it on.
yeah, yeah. It's like I won't, like I said, I won't mention any names, but there's
Mm,
certain artists that I think, and you disgusting people, especially because I've seen some of the stuff. I'm not saying rock and metal is actually squeaky clean either. Squeaky. I'm not saying that. But some of these hip hop and rap artists, it's just like thinking, are you happy? How can you sleep at night? Basically,
mm.
how can you sleep at night? So Tony that's come through is Jefferson Airplane that he likes. Good
Oh,
band,
Grace.
good band.
I'm a I'm a huge fan also of Grace Slick. I think she was an amazing talent. And
Oh yeah,
yes,
oh yes. I've sort of like been like Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and then Starship.
yes.
Yeah, a really good band, really good band. And then John says Vanilla Fudge.
Oh, yes. Another great one.
Yeah, really another really good band there. Really
What,
good band
what I
there.
what I like about the bands you actually mentioned, Tony and John. Those bands created music for the people. They were not interested in necessarily creating music for airplay. If you some of the Vanilla Fudge and Jefferson Airplane albums, the records, there were 10-minute songs on there, and some of the artists back then they didn't care to do a 17 minutes a song of minutes long song version of a song and track and stuff like that, and that's the way it should be.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Another one who created long songs. Great God, one song lasted for about what, just a little over an hour, and that's um, I could say him. Mike Oldfield. Mike
Oh
Oldfield
yes.
was exactly the same thing. He was actually releasing albums that were had just one song on, and that was
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Omadon.
Yes.
Uh, I think it was Omadon. Where I can find it. Where is it not? Oh, I think it might be on my external hard drive. Yeah, yeah. I think it was Mike Oldfield that had sort of like a lot more songs where they were like 20, 30, 40 minutes long, even up to an hour's long. You know what I mean? It's like that is what that I like in an artist. If a musician, whether it be whatever genre, if they can produce a specific, if they sort of like created a song or a piece of music that is what, say, for argument's sake, 15 minutes long, I was like, and it's good from start, middle to end, all the way through. I'm more than happy to actually play that, to actually listen to it over and over again. If you know what I mean. If it's because you can get like, depending on what type of mood you're in, you can actually take away different things from it. If you know what I mean.
Oh yes. Oh yes. No, that is fantastic. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Strangely enough,
yeah.
my mother is also a huge Queen fan, but the album she hates from Queen, she's got it, but she won't play it. It's a Night at the Opera. She doesn't like it at all.
Let me guess. It's a certain song.
Yes.
Which is the name of the film? Which is also the name of the film.
Yeah. She won't play. Yeah. She won't play that album. But look, that's it's a lot of bands and a lot of people. Even back then, that as they grew older, they got into rock and not necessarily the hard rock stuff, but they got into rock, and people they expanded and the technology changed, because now I believe you can get 3D music DVDs, or what do you call these discs? It's not Blu-ray anymore. It's even more advanced. You put in, and you can experience the concert like if you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's excuse me. Yeah, you can get. Technology's advanced that much now. You can. Like you said. You can get. What's the word I'm looking for? I can see it. It's virtual reality.
Virtual reality, yeah. VR.
Yeah.
And for me, if you can experience that, especially if bands, some of these Japanese bands that don't like to tour outside Japan, if there's a particular band you like, you get this technology and you watch this, and it makes you feel like you're part of the show. And with the sound and everything, that's going to be fantastic. I haven't experienced it yet, but I would like to give it a go and see how it goes. Yes, live is always the best, but what if you can't see the certain bands because they don't want to leave their country or stuff like that?
Yeah. It's like, also there's been like technology out there now where they did shows with like Frank Sinatra. I think I believe Frank Sinatra. With what's the guy's name? I can see him. It was I can't think of, but I know this like with Michael Jackson as well. There's a show with where he's actually on stage. but it's like a hologram of Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, Frank Sinatra. There's even been with Ronnie James Dio as well.
Oh, yes.
So yeah,
Uh,
it can actually be in at the live show where you can actually see Ronnie James Dio live on stage, but as a hologram. Obviously, he's been sadly not with us for the last 13 years.
oh, yes. Uh, for those who is wondering who's Ronnie James Dio, go and check him out. For, for
Yeah.
me, he was one of the greatest, and I was lucky enough this year to actually featured in the artist that I write right up there. So there's a few good indie band guys out there, and more of this uh, uh, major label guys are saying they made enough money. Now they're going to make music for the fans, and they're
Oh
leaving
yeah.
the
Yeah.
major record labels, and now they're doing it for the fans. So technically, we can feature them because they an indie band now. Yes, they're big stars. They're indie now, and they're doing it for the fans. And who knows where they will show up and appear.
Yeah, I know there's quite a few people actually out there now who actually say, you know what, screw this. I've had enough with record labels, and basically, he said, he's going to get set up their own record label um,
Mm,
to like not only to promote their own stuff, but to get to actually help out these up and coming bands.
oh
Because
yes.
I know there's been a couple. I know there's been a couple of bands out there who, or musicians who actually said, you know what, screw this, and they've actually built up a successful label out there and actually helped to start to
Mm,
help out these bands. Not only if they might not be signed to the label, but giving them advice on how
mm,
to do things, or give them primarily mainly advice is oh yeah, do if you do it this way or do it that way or whatever it is, they can actually help actually do help them out big time.
oh yes. But and that's why I say you should actually listen to the Tech Talk on Project Metal, because if you've been listening to a few of these shows, you would listen know that these guys are all say buy the best you can afford. Don't go for the high end stuff too fast. Go for the stuff you can afford and learn to play the stuff properly. Spend
Oh
hours
yeah,
training yourself. Every one of these guys have been saying it. Doesn't matter what instrument or whatever. If you can only afford this now, learn and practice on that, and that way you can advance and get more money, play better, sound better to the audience and stuff like that. So that's why I say yes.
yeah. Yeah, it's just one of the reasons why I did set up the tech talk is to get people on who are more established musicians to actually say
Mm,
any advice for people who want to become who want to become a musician. But I also ask that question whether it be interviews or the tech
mm,
talk. Just any advice for equipment that people can say for instance, um, say for instance, Bashan,
mm,
what is your advice? What is your best advice for say for me to become say a drummer? You will turn around and say, "Oh,
mm.
you get like a decent drum set, don't get all the bells and whistles because basically you're thinking after like your first session you just like basically lose interest type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just get like a basic set and then sort of like what that you can afford and then you sort of like just like like bang out a beat sort of thing. And then over time you think, oh, I can make a tune out of this now. I can actually string like the notes together type of thing. That's the same
Mm-hmm.
thing with like whether you're a trumpet player, like Ronnie James Dio was. That's how he became one of the most powerful singers in the world because
Yes.
he learned how to do the breathing exercises on the trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
He could control his breathing. He controlled the projection of his voice
Yes.
because he was a trumpet player back in the day before he started Elf and
Yeah.
going into Rainbow and then going into Black
Yeah.
Sabbath and Dio and Heaven and Hell. So
Yes.
basically, is to start off with the basics. Start off like saying learning your sort of like learning the like I said. Start off with the basics, learn the basics, and then you can say, oh right, okay, I'm getting the hang of this, and then progress on to the next level, and then so on and so forth type of thing. And this is one of
Yeah.
the reasons why I set all the stuff up is to like
Mm-hmm.
to not only to give advice to like to the beginners and learners and stuff like that. You see, there's also advice there for people who um, might be a bit further down the line.
Oh,
You
yes.
know what I mean? Like saying, oh, what type of say you're a guitarist
Mm-hmm.
and you look for a Pacific sound,
Mm-hmm.
and some of these the guitarists will turn around and say, "Oh, I've got this pedal that does like sort of like a good sound," and they would show it and then discuss it and stuff like that type of thing, and he's just like, you know what I mean, that type of thing. You're thinking, "Oh, that's a good idea. I think I might try that," or that pickup. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
might try that pickup, or oh, that those sets of strings. You think, oh,
Oh, yeah.
because each all the, you might think all the strings are all the same. They're not
No, they're not. They're
because
not.
the pickups you might have passive, you might have active pickups. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You might have only one pickup, but some people have uh, three, two, three, four pickups in the not only in the head but
Mm-hmm.
in the body. They might have like three or four type of thing, and it interconnects type of thing. It's like, oh, if you know what I mean, it's it's fascinating, because I want like to set. That's why I set up for educational purposes for the tech talk type of thing. It's
Oh,
sort of like
yes.
it helps not only the beginners but or the like sort of like the sort of like people who sort of like got sort of like interest in like how things work. You know what I mean? It's sort of
Mm-hmm.
like satisfies them as well. Not only like people who are interested in actually learning an instrument, but it's also people who are actually in the industry itself and wanting to learn a little bit extra to get like
Mm-hmm.
a different sound from the instrument, or for like people who don't play instruments but they've got like interest in type of thing, that type of thing. It's like how things work and everything. I don't play an instrument, but I've got like a curiosity of actually learning how
Same.
stuff works.
Oh, yes. For me, I've always had an interest in how did I get it like that particular sound. How did the next concert they play, they get a different sound to it, but this still sounds great. What did they do? How did they change it and stuff like that? And my question gets answered every time. I looked at our friend there that's doing the interviews. Uh, he knows what he's talking about, and he's got years of experience, so he knows to ask the right questions. And for me, I found it very, very interesting. And anybody that's out, it doesn't matter if you're a metal musician or anything, you're going to learn something music wise that might help you in a different field or genre of music. So go and listen to the Tech Talk on Project Metal on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's yeah. Paul, like I said, he's amazing. Because I don't know if I know I've told Bastion, but I don't know if I've told it on here. When I
Mm-hmm.
first started doing the tech talk, I was like like nicely swimming away, like thinking, oh, I've quite a bit about all this technology. But when I started,
Mm-hmm.
when I asked Paul to do a tech talk, like Paul actually asked me it was up to actually doing a tech talk with him. Anyway, Paul, when I did the tech talk, I might have not it might not appeared that I was like in way over my head, and I was literally in way over my head when I was talking to Paul about his tech, and I was like thinking, oh shit, I'm in way over my head here. Luckily, I knew enough. See, I knew enough to follow along, but I was
Yes.
like, oh shit. That's why after we finished doing the tech talk, I sort of like a couple of days later, I was like, Paul, do you want to take over the tech talk? And he says, yeah, okay. And I said to him, look, dude, I was way over my head when I was doing that tech talk with you. And yeah, he says, oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm more than happy to do it. And thankfully, Paul has been a perfect gentleman, and he's
Yes.
he's he's actually doing pretty well with it. So
Oh, yes. Fantastic. Because I watched that interview where he explained his tech and everything. And I was blown away. I was actually so amazed. Stuff I never think about. He actually brought up and explained. And I thought, oh, wow. And I had to watch the video again to go through it and say, okay, that's amazing. And well, it's a good thing you brought him on because that night I actually learned a lot. And he was fantastic. And he's still
yeah,
doing shows. He's fantastic.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Speaking of Paul, um, he's announced on Alchemy Fire's page that he's
Hmm.
got um, Wayne from Wayne. Oh, let me see. Right, I'm just checking my phone because I want to get the right information here.
Hmm.
Uh, there it is. There's the band there. Right. Let me see. Yeah. Go to Alchemy Fire. Alchemy Fire on Facebook. It says Alchemy Fire is proud to welcome the exceptionally talented Wayne Dorman to its ranks. A prominent figure of the music community, Wayne brings a wealth of experience and expertise to the band as both a session musician and a dedicated member of various acts worldwide. So, like I said, go to facebook.com. Let me get the link. Link to the copy link, and I'll post this in the chat. Go to Alchemy Fire. Wayne Dorman is absolutely a brilliant musician, and Paul got him on the Tech Talk. He's one of the first people to actually do a Tech Talk with Paul on there. So check them out. Check Alchemy Fire out. So and the Tech Talk with Wayne Dorman. So there's the link to the band's official Facebook page.
Wayne Dorman, I know. He's a lead guitarist, and he's also a big classic car lover. Wayne Dorman, I know.
Yeah.
So guess what? You're gonna have to do a podcast or something on cars with Wayne Dorman and discuss the classic cars with him and make a plan so he can, when he's not busy, to go to the American car shows and see what other cars from other parts of the world they've got over there, and then maybe you can share the stuff and talk about cars on because I know the cars and people are very interested in Project Metal on the cars that you've posted and stuff like that. Talk about the cars.
Yeah, it's like I know it's not cars. It's not, but yeah, it's I just love cars. I've always have done.
Mm-hmm.
I've always have, especially like stuff from like the 1950s and 60s. Where cars were cars, if you know what I mean. You can actually tell the difference between each car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like now it's like everything's like a jelly mold. Everything just comes out with a jelly mold. And it was just like, yeah, it's like, I think I might get. I'll speak to Paul. I'll speak to Paul about it.
Don't mention Ibanez guitars because Wayne actually collects them, and he's one of those guys. How can you put it? If he sees one, he's going to buy it.
Yeah.
But it's from Derby in the UK.
Yeah. He's not that technically he's quite aware. But it's about 150, 160 mile away from me. So it's like Wayne's a cool guy. He's a really, really cool guy. Wayne.
Yes.
He's a cool guy. So
yes.
if you want to check out Alchemy Fire, the links in the description there, in the chat there. So Alchemy Fire is a really cool band. Plus, they got a final record out of the latest album on latest album. So
yes.
So guys, if you, John, Tony, if you got any more, if you got any questions or anything like that, or any comments, put them in there because I did mention that I did mention that I'm not on this Thursday on digitalradio.com. I did mention that, didn't I?
Now I've got some. We all love music videos and movies. What band that you see has got the coolest car in the music video or movie that they were driving or they played music to that you have seen?
ZZ Top,
Oh,
Eliminate album.
yeah.
Yeah, the car in the shop dressed man. Give me all your loving, and that car.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
That car and Sammy Hager can't drive faster than 85 with that Ford Mustang he was driving. And he was shouting at the judge, and because the cop pulled him over, and he's got a sports car, and he just wants to put.
yeah.
So Sammy Hager, there's been let me see if I can think of another one. That's at the top of I can remember so far. See if you guys can tell me what is your favorite one.
Yeah,
I was already said.
I was going to go to the toilet there, Bashan, so take over.
Okay. Tony and John, let me know what you think. What cars you were impressed with. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's not a good one. So we've got John with Whitesnake. Here I go again. I think that Saab that in the I was correct. That's the Saab in there set on fire. So that is also a cool one. And Order Slave, which one, Tony? From Show Me How to Live. That's a Dodge Challenger. That's from the video shown. It's from the movie Vanishing Point. I remember that one. The music from Vanishing Point. It came out. Let me think. 71, if I'm correct. Vanishing Point. And yes. See, rock and metalheads love their cars. They love the music. They love their cars. Some are into bugs and music, like the Twisted Sister guys. So, yes, that's always been a very interesting thing. And talking about cars, the old chasing scenes on his roads that's going down or up or straight roads with these not necessarily just American cars, Italian cars, some of the British car chases as well. Those are also amazing. You don't see them do it like that anymore with the real actors and stuff like that, because I know Paul Newman, like Paul Newman, he was actually a race driver himself. So many of the scenes he did the racing himself. So that is very interesting.
Yeah.
As
Yeah. Yeah. I like Paul Newman because didn't he have his own race team at one point?
Yes, yes, he had his own race
Yeah.
team, and he was racing himself as well at one stage. And yeah, there were some very interesting uh, 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 car chases and stuff like that in the music that these guys were playing. And so for that, then now talking about metal and rock music, uh, how do you feel about the prices they're asking these days to go and see some of the so-called big bands? Then you squashed in, and unless you buy a VIP or get hold of a VIP ticket, you're not going to get autographs from the band. You might get one of those posters handed out, but you're not going to get a personalized uh, autograph from the band.
Yeah. Some of this, I've heard some of these, not just like the best, not just like some of the rock metal bands, but other genres as well.
Oh yes, the big
Taylor Swift
artists.
and people like that. Yeah, it's just like ridiculous. It's ridiculous that some of these some of these bands charge for tickets. I was like,
Uh,
this is one of the reasons why I
uh,
stopped going to listen, actually seeing some of these big bands.
yes. Oh, Tony has said it's a rip-off. I agree with you, Tony.
Yeah,
John, I don't
yeah,
go.
totally,
Well,
totally. I don't blame you, John. Don't blame you.
I wouldn't go. But see, for
I
me,
don't blame you,
now
John.
I'm putting the
Yeah,
now now I'm putting it to you, giving you a alternative solution. Going to the movies is expensive unless you go to car shows and stuff like that. I know uh,
yeah,
if you're a sports fan, if you're going to watch Liverpool, Manchester United, you're also going to pay for your backside to go in. So why don't you spend like £5 and go and support one of these indie acts, or some of them are even free. They collect from the drinks and stuff like that, and enjoy your evening listening to good music and just having fun. You
yeah.
save money,
And
you get a
and
good.
and yeah, you get to talk to the bands themselves.
Oh yes, yeah, and you get a personalized. If they got the CD, their signed CD, and buy the band, and you can ask them questions and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
so for me, I would definitely go with
yeah.
something like
Well,
that.
with me, I've seen a lot of bands. I've been to a lot of gigs over the years. So the I've spoken to lot of these independent bands, unsigned bands. So I've I with I've spoken to Marsha Shining of Forever Still.
Mm-hmm.
I got a photo with her, and she signed a CD for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to um, Len from the Crime Spell. I've
Yes.
I've spoken to Dean James from Dean James of the Black Dogs, Pussy Willow Furry Venus. God, I was invited to Steph Mack and Elliot Reeves' wedding, who also have the band Holy Brill. I've spoken to Hive Mind, interviewed Hive Mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've been invited to some of the gigs. I've been invited to Thieves of Liberty. I've spoken to
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to a lot of these bands, and they are
Mm-hmm.
amazing. They are literally amazing people. I've spoken
Mm-hmm.
to Filthy Filthy. I've interviewed in Filthy Filthy. I've spoken to Suburban Toys. Interviewed them as well. I've been,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've over the years spending like basically, like Bashan said, some of these gigs are free. The only thing you've got to spend is like basic getting there, getting to the gig, and paying for a few drinks, whatever drinks you drink, whether it be alcohol or like Coca Cola or Pepsi or whatever it is, and
Oh, yes.
basically a cheap night out. It is. It's a cheap night out, or like paying like Bastian said, paying for £5 cover charge on the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's who wants to go and who basically wants to go. Believe me, I've done it. I've done the big bands. I've seen this. I've seen Black Sabbath. I've seen Ozzy Osbourne. I've seen Slayer. I've seen Fear Factory. I've seen Foo Fighters. I've seen. You know what I mean? I've seen Soulfly. I've seen Alice Cooper. Iron Maiden. I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I've done all the big bands. I've done the big bands, and it's just like to me. Don't get us wrong. I loved every single second of seeing these big bands,
Yes.
but I'd rather go and see the unsigned bands because it's more intimate. You can actually talk to the bands themselves.
Oh, definitely. And the traffic ain't that bad. If you're going out, if the gig is finished, if you've been to the big bands, you know what I'm talking about. Waiting to get home,
Yeah,
hours and hours.
yeah,
And you always get
yeah,
these idiots that can't drive or add too much of a certain beverage, and they shouldn't be on the road anytime. And you've got to watch them and got to watch behind you. And so for me,
yeah,
uh, the big bands I have seen, this is some I wouldn't mind seeing again, but then something has to change. For me, uh, like the Warning, Lilac, Pussy Willow, Furrow, uh, uh, Suburban Twice, Stratus band was featured here. I want to see them. Corners of Sanctuary. I definitely want to see live, and as well as that band from or as it's staying in Wales, Hand of Caliac,
yeah, yeah. Scotland. They're from
Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah, they're from Edinburgh. Yeah, I believe that if my memory serves me correctly, I believe they're from Edinburgh, near Scotland.
that's the band, and I'll tell you now why. Because I've seen some of these clips, the videos. If you're wondering whether you're going to see a band or not, see how they interact with the people on the fans. If the fans are jumping up and down and they're interacting with the fans, then you want to go to a gig like that and watch that band, because then they you get your money worth of stuff, and these small bands give it to you. They play and they put the heart and soul into every gig.
Yeah. Believe me, when you mentioned Pussy Willow 30 Venus, put it this way, Steph Mack, well, put it this way, she gets a bit leery on stage. She jumps all over the place, and she jumps off the stage. She jumps off the stage. She goes into the crowd, singing her heart out and everything. And she interacts with the crowd and everything. And any hecklers, she puts them down, stuff like that. It's just she's amazing, amazing singer. Not only an amazing singer, but also a brilliant performer. Whether it be, you know what I mean, she really interacts with the crowd. Same with like good number of other bands as well. When I seen Filthy last year, the main guy, not only was he he was literally running around playing the guitar, running around in the golf stage, running around the crowd. And when he went up back to where the merch table was, grabbed his drink, drank it, ran back to the stage, playing his guitar, and go back on stage. I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, I like this guy, I like this band, they are fucking brilliant. That's what you want. You know, I mean, same with Suburban Toys. They moved about on the stage. They were actually interacting with the crowd. You know what I mean? That's what you want. Is now I know some people, because earlier on I did see before we came on live, I did see I can't think of his first name, Moody from Five Finger Death Punch.
Yes.
I did see a video clip of Moody literally stopping the gig that he was that they were playing, literally stopping it completely.
Mm-hmm.
Literally said, "I do apologise, everybody, for this interruption," and he literally pulled out of the crowd. 2 kids out of the crowd, right, because they were right at the front and they were getting a bit crushed. And so he says, I want to make sure that these 2 kids, one of them was 9 years old, and he pulled it. He pulled them out of the crowd. Says, right, security, get them over there. Make sure they're safe. Make sure they're safe. You know, and he says, whilst this was happening, he says, I do apologise. I want to make sure our fans are safe. And he said, he says, oh, screw it. Get the whole family. Take them over there. Make sure they're safe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like that's what you want, is making sure the band not only interacting with the crowd, but making sure the crowd is actually safe to actually enjoy the shows.
Mm-hmm. That is fantastic. And hats off to them for doing it. And that is fantastic. That's what you want from. And also, guys, I know Tony and John have been watching the show, this podcast, and been with us on Digital Revolution Radio. but treat the bands you're going to see like family. Don't behave like a dick when you go to these guys. Also, if you go there, do everything in moderation. So when you go and speak to these guys, you're not intoxicated. Especially when you talk to female lead vocalists or band members, behave.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yes.
there's people in the crowd that's watching you, and you don't want to end up on the wrong side of them, because they too protect these uh, female band members and stuff like that. Even the band's own uh, security or uh, band members will protect her. So don't try and do something stupid.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. There's some of these bands. A lot of these bands have like a die hardcore fans, and they will. If you do something outrageously stupid, well, put this. I'm not going to say I won't say a specific site, but basically, you need to watch your back because they will literally lynch you.
Oh,
They
yes.
will literally lynch you because I have seen it. I have seen witnessed it myself where they might you might find it sort of like pretty much innocuous and might find it funny, but there's been a couple of times where they might have some of these people have grabbed hold of the singer. They might have grabbed hold of the guitarist or whatever, and people literally got the crap kicked out of them basically because it's a big no. That's not just like going at gigs, grabbing hold of band members and stuff like that. As talking about in life in general as well. So yeah, don't be a dick. Literally, don't be a dick when you're making these bands.
No,
So
for
yeah,
sure. And also, it's just polite if you're going to shake the hand of the lead singer and she's female, ask her, is it okay to shake your hand? Be polite, and you'll be surprised how much you get back and can talk to them. Be polite, treat them like you will treat anybody else. And yes, like I
yeah,
said, I've seen one of these guys is being a dick. I won't say what he's done. Somebody in the crowd picked him up with one hand. It's the surest way you get ejected from the place. And he got tossed on the pavement. So you probably be banned for life from that venue. So don't even go there.
yeah, I've literally seen seen people literally get bounced out of venues, literally bounced out.
Mm.
I'm not talking about not figuratively. I mean literally getting bounced out of the venues,
Yes.
all because of either they made the mouth go, or the grabbing people, or the being stealing, whatever it is, or being downright creepy, shall we say?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Now I've
because
seen it.
yeah,
Look, everybody's got a sister. And some of us look like she could be our sister out there. We're going to take care of her. If somebody mess with her, like we hope somebody will take care of our sister if she's in a bad situation. They look after these
yeah,
people, and there's diehard fans of the club also there. They don't want to see certain kind of people coming into the club. So if you want to ever get kicked out and banned for life from a club, go and do something stupid, and you'll see, and you feel it.
Yeah.
Not just see, you feel it. You feel it. It's not
Yeah.
pleasant.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I've seen, like I said, I've seen it. I've seen like not only I've seen physically seen it myself, but I've seen like stuff on there online as well, where
Oh yes.
idiots trying to get in and shooting their mouth off, and it's not only the bouncers, not only securities there, but it's not only it's the fans of the band or fans, like I said, fans of the venue standing out front of the door, and he says, "Come on, then, if you think you're hard enough."
Oh
And
yes.
as soon as they like see a wall of people doing like protect not only protecting the bands but also the venue as well, you think, "Oh
Oh yes.
crap," and they just walk away or cower away.
Yeah. I've seen it. And the thing that you must also remember, a lot of these uh, band members, especially the female ones now, they've got some sort of martial arts training. So
Yeah,
you don't want your friends to know you. Oh, you're the one that got your butt kicked by this skinny little female.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen. Yeah, yeah. It's or if or some. Yeah, I know some. I know some of the. I know some of the female singers and stuff like that. Literally, it's literally make a 6 foot old bodybuilder look like really tiny by just by verbally abusing them, making them look like you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I was just
Oh,
like,
yes.
everybody just pointed and laughed at him. And I was like, yeah. And he's just like,
Well, talking about uh, people that's female singers that's actually got training, Lou Anne of Rockbourne was actually in the army. So
yeah,
if you're thinking of doing something stupid at the Rockbourne concert, don't.
yeah,
You
don't.
you're not gonna walk out. You're gonna crawl out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at the background of some of these bands. You'd be surprised, and you think, do I really want to risk it? Do I really want to risk walking out here with no teeth? Do I really want to walk out of here with a black eye? And he says, "Oh, how do you lose your teeth?" "Oh, I was at a gig last night, and I made my mouth go, and the lead singer punched me in the face." I says, "Oh, how was it? Why did the bloke smack you in the face?" "Oh, it wasn't a bloke. It wasn't a man. It was a skinny little girl." You know,
that it's not going to look good on your resume.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so for me, the thing is, go and have a good time, go and have fun. And another thing, well, I also say, some parents that not into movies and stuff, they take the kids out to go watch a band live. There's fathers, there's brothers out there looking after these families, and they're not going to go for somebody starting trouble at their favorite hangout, you're gonna get clapped. That's an Afrikaans word for smacked. So
Yeah.
if I say clap, you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, have fun. Don't, like I said, keep saying, don't be a dick. Literally, just don't be a dick in general. Be kind.
No,
Show a little bit of respect. You get a little bit of respect back, and yeah, don't
I've,
drink too much. Don't drink too much because we want to see you back here.
yeah.
We want to see you back here.
Plus, how can you remember the songs and stuff and remember the experience in your memory? All you can remember is the barbell you get at the end of the tap or barbell, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the night. If you're
Yeah,
going out to watch music, go and have a drink or two, enjoy the music, have a good time, call a cab, Uber, even if you had like 2 drinks. One drink is one drink too many. My thing is, don't drink and drive at all. Not even one
yeah,
drink. That's one too many.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't drive, but even if I did, I don't drink. I wouldn't
Mm,
drink. I wouldn't drink because I've seen the aftermath, and I know Bastions. I've seen the aftermath, and it's not
yes.
pleasant. It's literally not pleasant at all. So yeah,
No, it's
don't drink
not.
and drive. Don't drink and drive. Have fun, and if you do have a drink, be safe.
Yes.
Get a
Be safe.
taxi. Get a taxi. Get public transport, or get somebody to pick you up. It's yeah. So don't be a dick. So, Bastion, time to wrap things off because we just crossed over the 2 hour mark again.
Okay. Here's something advice. If we're drinking, get a cab or something, but please don't go down to the bobbies and tell them you've nicked something at a club.
Yeah, true. So, guys,
Have
thank you
fun,
so much.
guys.
Yeah, thanks again for coming into the chat there, John and Tony. And yeah,
Yes.
make sure that if you like what you saw, subscribe, like, share, comment, and all that good jazz because it does help the channel out. And yeah, it gets into the almighty YouTube's algorithm. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and all
Cheers.
that good jazz. So anyway, guys, catch you all next week.
Catch you next week.